Service, 0-0.
0-0-2.
Nice serve. Okay, point. Good. Nice hallway shot. Very nice. Service.
0-1-1.
Perfect shot. Great shot. D. Nice lob. Score.
1-1-1.
Welcome to the game of pickleball, the fastest growing sport in the United States today. Let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Dennis Forbes. I spent my entire career at the United States Military Academy at West Point as an associate professor in the athletic and physical education department for 28 years. I've played pickleball now for the past 10 years. I'm nationally ranked, and I've done over 200 clinics across the United States and Canada. Let me talk briefly about the history of the game. The game originated in the United States, outside of Seattle, Washington, in the backyard of a gentleman by the name of Joel Pritchard. He put the game together, and in a coincidence, he had a dog named Pickles. And Pickles, as the ball would leave the court, Pickles would go after it, and Joel came up with the name Pickleball. All right, let's talk a little bit about the dimensions of the court. The court is approximately 1/4 the size of a tennis court. At the baseline, 20 feet. Along the sideline, 44. The nets standard at the posts are at 36 inches. At the center of the court, 34 inches. We have an area inside the court here which is called the kitchen, or a non-volley zone. And I'll come back to that in just a little bit and explain the uniquenesses of the non-volley zone. Okay, the game of pickleball is played to 11 points. You have to win by 2. You only score points in the game when you're serving. The game can be played singles and doubles, and we'll demonstrate both today as we go through our presentation. When you serve, you always start on the right-hand service court and you serve to the diagonal. When I serve, I have to serve underhand, and the ball has to be hit below my waist. I can't serve sidearm above my waist area. It has to be underhand, and it has to be hit below my waist. When I serve, I cannot step on the baseline, nor can I move onto the court until I've made contact with the ball. When I serve a forehand shot, it would merely be a press through. If I serve to the backhand, which is as similar as a backhand ground stroke, it would be with my backhand shot. One of the uniquenesses of pickleball is in the start of the game, I serve to my opponent. My opponent has to allow the ball to bounce once. As my opponent returns the ball to me, I also have to let the ball bounce. If I move forward onto the court and hit a volley before it bounces, I lose my serve. So it would look something like this. I will serve to my opponent, he lets it bounce, he hits it back to me, I let it bounce, and then we begin play. All right, this area right here in the court, from the base of the net to the back edge of the kitchen line, is 7 feet. In pickleball, I cannot step in or on the kitchen line and hit a volley, meaning hitting the ball in the air. I have to allow the ball to bounce once, and then once it bounces, I play it back to my opponent, and he or she will do the same. As I step in, I press it back, and I get back out of the kitchen, for if the ball comes high, I could hit a volley as long as I'm not in the kitchen area. If I hit a shot and my forward momentum carries me into the kitchen after hitting a volley, it's a fault and I lose side or service. So drop shots in the kitchen merely look like come in, press, and get out. You have to let the ball bounce. If the ball comes up high to me, I can hit it in the air as long as I'm not in the kitchen. I'm going to show you 3 offensive shots that we have that we can use to score a point. All 4 of us have ended up at the kitchen, and now it becomes a shootout in relation to who can score a point. We're going to start out just by dinking the ball back and forth. Nice and easy, pressing it to our partner. And I'm going to take it and push it right down the hallway. And this is called a hallway shot, when you split your opponents and you take it down the hallway. The second shot off of the kitchen is we're dinking the ball back and forth. Linda presents a shot to me, and I drop a lob right over her head. The thing I'm trying to do is I'm disguising the shot as if I'm going to do a drop shot, but just as I'm getting ready to hit the ball, I press it over her head. The third shot is known as a cobra strike. And all we're doing again is we're working the kitchen, hitting the ball back and forth. Linda presents the ball to me, and I press it right into my partner's chest. Not to hurt him, but to score a point. You'll notice I stepped on the kitchen line. That's okay as long as the ball bounced first. Kitchen play, offensive attack. We're now going to set up a game of doubles. And we're going to go through the game and teach you how the game is played. I'll be talking as we go along as our 4 demonstrators demonstrate. Before they play, let me introduce them real quickly. This is Linda Forbes, my wife. She's a 4-0 player at the national level. This is Joe. He's our youngster. He's 25 years old, and within the next year and a half, he will be one of the top players in the country ranked at 5-0. Has a little bit of work ahead of him on his short game, but he's a very good player. This is Dennis Turner. Dennis is the gentleman that has allowed us on the course today to put this DVD together. Also a good 4-0 player. And Gary Robbins. Gary has won numerous medals in the game of pickleball at his skill level. We're going to play a game of doubles now, and you'll get an understanding of the game. When serving, you always start, as I said, on the right side, and the server gives their score, their opponent's score, and the service outage. In this case, in pickleball, you have a choice in the start of a game. You can elect side or serve. If you elect serve at the beginning of the game, you only get 1 serve. And then thereafter, both sides of the opponents get 2 serves. So to begin with, Linda would give the score as 0-0-2. Service. Nice shot. That's a side out. The ball now goes to their opponents, and they will get 2 serves. Dennis again starts on the right-hand side, and the score now is the same. 0-0-1. 1. Service.
0-0-1.
Foot fault. Foot fault. Let me explain what I just called. A foot fault, as I said, anytime you hit a ball in the air in the non-volley zone, Linda hit a ball and stepped on the line. That's a fault. Point ends. Serving side gets a point. Score?
1-0-1.
1-0-1. Service. Great shot. Now the serving side has 1 point, but now they get their second serve. The score now is 1-0-2. Nice shot. Okay, that was a hallway shot and wasn't picked up. The ball now comes to the original serving side that started the game. They now get 2 serves. So the score becomes 0-1-1.
0-1-1.
Beautiful shot. Remember, in pickleball, you only score a point when you're serving. They lost their first side out or service, so now Joe's going to get the serve, and the score now again is 0-1-2. Point. Nice shot. Score 1-1-2. Service. Out. You'll notice that both sides are attempting to get to this non-volley zone. It's not like tennis where you end up playing from the baseline. In pickleball, your objective, if you're the receiving team or if you're the serving team, you're attempting to press toward the kitchen. Service. It's good. Point. Joe's still serving, and Joe will continue to serve until he loses the serve. Score 3-1-2. Service. Great shot. Point. As I said earlier, the game is played to 11. Joe's still serving. Score now is 4-1-2. Point. Five, 1, 2. Point. Nice serve. Pushed him deep. 6, 1, 2. Let me add 1 point here. Linda was the first server. She'll always be, when the score is even, she'll be on the even side of the court. Joe started in the odd side court, so now the score is 6, 1, 2. Out. Side out. They both got their serves. They scored their points, but they now have lost their service, It now comes over here, and the score now becomes Gary starts at 1-6-1. Out. They lost their first serve. Dennis will now be serving 1-6-2.
1-6-2.
I got it.
Excellent. Side out. Linda's serving. The score is even, so she should be on the right side of the court. She's in the right place. It's 6-1-1. Rotate service. 6-1-2. Out, side out, rotate service, 1-6-1. Out. In pickleball, lines are good. The only uniqueness of the game is if Gary serves and the ball hits the top of the net and hits the kitchen line, it's out. It's a fault. If he serves and hits the top of the the net and the ball goes into the correct service area, it's a let, and Gary would get a second serve. Score?
2-6-2.
Good shot. Nice deep shot. Rotate service. Linda serving. 6-2-1. Point. Linda goes from the even side court to the odd side court now, and it becomes 7-2-1. First server.
Go.
Foot fault. Foot fault. Gary on an overhead shot. Again, as he went to hit the ball, stepped on the kitchen line. It's a fault. They receive a point. It's now 8-2-1. Out. Nice play at the kitchen. Excellent play. We're now at ball behind you. 2-8-1. Very, very nice shot. Dennis hit an offensive lob to Joe's backhand, set himself up for a hallway shot, which we'll talk about later. Point?
3-8-1.
3-8-1 service.
I got it.
Very, very nice. Okay, let's relax. Okay, we now have the basics of the game of pickleball played at the doubles level. We're now going to go into the singles game. This is Tim Gleason. He's a left-hander, which will add to this demonstration. Tim is ranked close to 5-0 in singles. He's one of the better players in the country at his age group in singles. Joe Bonowitz is 25 years old, and as I introduced him during doubles, he's our up and young player that's going to be at the 4-5 to top 5-0 level very soon. One of the uniquenesses of singles is that when you serve, you'll start on the right service court, and then if you have an odd number score, say 3-2, and it's your service, you will go to the odd service court to serve. And I'll explain that as we play. Let's get the combatives out and let them warm up just a little bit. And all they're doing now is just loosening up, working on their ground strokes, and getting prepared for their match. You'll notice footwork is critical. I'd like to emphasize, even in doubles, the game is played from the waist down. You've really got to get your feet into your shots. Okay, grab the ball. Let's start a game. Joe's going to start serving. A little bit different also in serving in singles, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in our doubles play. In singles, you usually serve right near the tee. In doubles, you'll move over slightly because you have a partner to cover half of the court. So you'll notice when Joe's serving, he'll be closer to the tee when he starts his serve. Again, the score is 0-0, and he'll only get one service out. Deep, deep. Relax, relax. Hold up. The serve was long. Goes over here to Tim. Tim gives the score 0-0. Point. Score
1-0.
Nice deep shot, out. Point. Tim has 2, so he'll start and he'll continue to serve in the even side of the court.
2-0.
Out, rotate service. Same thing in doubles. The server serves into the opponent or to the receiver's court, hits it back. The serving, he has to let the ball bounce once before he plays it. Score
0-2.
Out, point 1-2.
1-2.
Notice in singles, they're playing more from the baseline. Joe's now taken on, and it's a great shot by Timmy. The play is more at the baseline than it is in doubles. In doubles, you're playing more to the non-volley zone or kitchen. Score
2-0.
2-0. Point. Nice serve. Score 3-0. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Took him down the left line and dropped him up toward the right. Score
0-3.
Nice shot. Point.
One, 3.
Out. Joe's been playing singles now and doubles for about 2 years and has really progressed fast in his development of the game. He now has 2 points, so he's in the even service court.
2-3.
Out. Loss of service. Tim now serves, and notice Timmy has 3 points. He has to go to the odd service court, and then again we'll serve on the diagonal. 3, 2, service. Side out. Joe serves. Moves himself near the tee line. Hits 2-3. Let. The ball hits the net and goes into the private service court. Joe gets a second serve. 2-3. Rotate. Side out. 3-2. Rotate, side out. 2-3. Rotate, side out. The game again in singles is like doubles. It's to 11 points. 3-2. Nice shot. Out. 2-3.
2-3.
Out. 3-2. Deep, deep, deep. 2-3. Had the shot right at the kitchen. He was perfect, perfectly set up. 3-2. Rotate. As you can be aware, conditioning now really becomes a big part of singles, more than doubles. 2-3. Out. 3-3. Out. Rotate service. Timmy goes to the odd service court. The score is 3-3. Out. Nice play. You notice Joe, being 25 years old, has young legs, fast wheels. He attempts more than Timmy does to get to the kitchen to play a volley shot. 4-3. Good shot, ball. Joe. 3-4. Out. 4-4. Out. 4-4. Rotate. 4-4. Okay. I think that gives you a great example of singles play and obviously the level of conditioning. Ground strokes are extremely important. You're not going to get a lot of play up here at the kitchen because of the nice ground strokes. Joe came in 3 or 4 times and did a nice job. You notice Timmy stays back at the baseline and plays his ground strokes. And again, Tim has a strong tennis background. We're going to put a demo on. As I said earlier, each game goes to 11 and you have to win by 2. So we're going to simulate that this game right now in a doubles match is 10-10. You have to win by 2. Linda's going to start serving. It's 10-10-1. Second serve, 10-10-2. Side out, 10-10-1.
10-10-1.
Point. 11-10. Possible match. 11-10-1.
11-10-1.
Second serve. 11-10-2. Side out. Linda's serve, 10-11-1. Out. You'll notice as Joe's getting the ball that the receiving side, the opponent that's receiving is deep on the baseline. His partner is at the kitchen. Again, kitchen play is critical. Score 11-11-1. Out. Very nice shot. Nice deep lob. Joe's serve. 11-11-2. Point. Ball. 12-11-2. Match point. Out. Side out. 11-12-1. Point. Very nice play. 12-12-1. Twelve, 2. Dennis's serve.
12-12-2.
Very, very nice shot at the kitchen. Good job, Gary. 13-12-2. Possible match point.
13-12-2.
Out. Side out. 12-13-1. Good job. Point. 13, 13, 1. That's match point. Great job. Joe and Linda won the match 14-12. They come to the center of the court, touch paddles, acknowledge victory, and that's the end of that match. Okay, let's summarize what we tried to accomplish this morning on this DVD. We had an introduction to the game, how to play pickleball, a little history. We showed you doubles and singles. We showed you a little bit of strategy of play. We're going to conclude this part of the DVD. Thank you for your attention. Keep your paddles up. I'll see you on the court.